Hey everyone, it's Lexi. So today's going to be a little bit of a different video. I did my first bullet journal kind of intro stuff a couple months ago, so I decided to do a 2016 go through of my bullet journal. So for this one, it is a black moleskin grid large notebook. I really like this one. It's like that. I love moleskin. I love how their paper feels. So yeah, like I started bullet journaling in towards the end of August, and it ended up being really useful. I love it. I'll kind of show you how much I've gone through, and yeah, I wanted to do a separate one for 2017 so that I didn't have any overlap and all that. But yeah, so I just put these stickers on it with my initials. So yeah, let's just get into it. So quickly to start off, let me show you just how much I ended up using. So let's see. So I ended up using quite a fair amount. If I started in the beginning of August, I probably would have used it all up, but I wanted to keep 2016 and 2017 separate, so that's why. So I've used a fair amount, so let's get into it. Okay, yeah, so we're just going to quickly open this as well, and this is where I keep some of my letters my mom has given me, and then I have my information here as well for if lost, please return to, and then like my contact information, and then I like had some stuff out there as well. I put some washi tape on the top of it. So this is the key that I ended up using. A lot of this was inspired by what I saw on Pinterest, and I actually never ended up using this. I kind of just know in my head my own key and all that, so yeah. And then moving on, I then have my index, and I made my index like this, where I just have the pages and then I break it down by each month and then the pages that it covers. This was like, part of it was planning for like 2017 in terms of like space and all that. So I think I probably would need to add like another pages thing for 2017 as well. Yeah, so moving on, I just quickly have a quote here that I liked from a book that I've read to kind of start out, and then I have a 2016 calendar overview. So nothing really special here, just basic bullet journal stuff. And then I just have important dates. Mostly they're just birthdays, and just to remember everything so that it's in there. Yeah, mostly birthdays. And this is like one of my favorite pages out of the whole thing. So I recorded all the books. I went back to like my Goodreads account and all that to see like what books I read, and then for each month I would write down the books I read, how many pages, and then like my rating. And if I really liked it, I would have a heart to it, and then all that stuff. So I really liked it because I had like a meter. My Goodreads goal was 50 books this year. So I was able to get to it. I got to 54 books, and it ended up being 2,331 pages. So I did read a lot. So this was definitely my favorite page. It was always nice to like see how many books I read. You can see during like when school started, it was a little hard, but oh well. And then here is my TBR books that are on my TBR shelf, just because I'm at school now, so I don't have all my books here with me, so that I know like what I might want to check out from the library and like what I have to read and all that. So then it's open, and then if I read it, I will fill in the circle so that I know how much I read. And then here is where I keep all of like my pre-orders and keeping track of everything. So I have books, TV and movies, and then music. So yeah. So here is where I've also keep track of all of the movies that I watched, I guess starting since August and all that. So I thought this would be neat to kind of keep track of everything there. And then here is all the teas that I've tried that I really enjoyed. So I just broke it down into black, green, rooibos, and herbal. I saw this drawing on Pinterest, and so I recreated that, and I really liked that. There as well. And then here is where I keep track of the TV shows that I've watched. So here is basically shows that are in the current season or coming up. So I know like this one doesn't premiere till like January 31st, so I included it in here as well. So this is the 2016-2017 season, and then these are shows that I have on Netflix or on DVD that I want to go back and watch. So yeah, I actually did not watch a lot of TV, so like these were the ones I was wanting to watch and then I just never ended up getting to watch. But that part of it had to do is because I wanted to catch up on Gilmore Girls. Like I've watched it before, but I went through and decided all the episodes that I wanted to watch before the revival. So I kept them in here, and then I just did the same thing where I had the open circle, and then if I watched it, it was on closed. So this is probably why I did not watch a lot of shows, because I was trying to catch up on Gilmore Girls. And then here is a savings count like thing. It was pretty pitiful. I didn't do too much savings, but now I've gotten pretty good at like adding to my savings account. So I just have this here as well. And then these are like my, it's called Someday Someday Maybe, and this is where I keep like my dreams and stuff that I want to accomplish, like my bucket list in terms of things. And then here is where I keep track of all of the movies that are going to be released soon, so like in theaters. And then so like I'll write down the date, like for Zootopia came out on March 4th and I saw it, so it's a closed circle. And then like you can see here, like I didn't see these in theaters, like The Light Between Oceans and like Sully, which came out in September. That's why they're open circle. So I did see quite a lot actually. I saw a couple, so I have that there. And then obviously I don't need to explain this, but it's a Lady Time tracker for obvious reasons. You can see I'm kind of all over the place. And then this is like my weight goals, which I didn't really keep too much track of, but that's something I'm kind of doing now in the new year. So a lot of these stuff you'll see when I do my 2017 video, like my setup, you'll see like a lot of it is pretty much the same. So here we're starting into August, and I just have a calendar, like a monthly view of everything and all that. So this is where I keep like important stuff going on that I can like keep track of, where I need to look up at a glance. And this was basically just a trial for how I was going to do my meal plans at school. So like I would have the month here, like a little quote, and then the meal plan and what week it's for. And then here is where I keep kind of like the day-to-day stuff that I need to keep track of. And then the meals I'll have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and my grocery list. You'll see it gets filled out. This one wasn't like my trial one that I didn't end up using, but it was a good kind of template to use. And then this was just my university packing list that I had before I moved up to school, and like everything that I needed. So yeah, like I said, I only started towards the end of August, so there was a lot there. And then so moving on to September, I have like the same kind of format where I just have the monthly spread and all that. And then here is where I incorporated habit trackers. So I had like a September habit tracker, and I had all these things here. A lot of the stuff I like stopped, like I just stopped putting on later months. And then I also had a weight tracker as well to kind of correspond. So I think this is neat to see, and you can see how it changes each month and like what's going on. So here I have kind of like my monthly goals and a spending log. So then I'll have here just like the date, the store, the items, like if I used money or a credit card, and the cost, and then the monthly balance. It ended up being a lot in September because I went to 2 concerts. I did a meet and greet with Kelsey Ballerini, and then I was second row for the Dixie Chicks. So it was quite an expensive September. And then here is where I had my fall schedule for school. So just like the Monday through Friday, the classes, and then I broke each class down by like their teacher and had like the teacher's information and office hours and email and all that. So just close it up just for privacy purposes. And then here you can see like I've kind of had a, this is more like what my monthly spread looks like. So like I said, I'll do like the important day by day things. So I had my orientation, my first day of classes, and then like an event I was going to, and then just like my dinner plans and all that, and then my grocery list, which was a lot because this was like my first week of school. I was gonna do like a calorie count thing on paper, but it just ended up being too much work, so I decided just to go straight to an app. So this is the last time you see this. And then this was like the TV show premiere dates and like all that and their times, because it's hard to keep track of like everything. So this made it a little easier for me to keep track of when everything was going to be on and all that. So nothing really special here on this page. Here I just have some quotes because I accidentally did my weekly spread like 2 pages too far. So here's another meal plan and all that. These don't change ever. And then I tried to do like a workout week for swimming, but I decided I just swim. I don't really like measure how far I go and like all this stuff. Too much work for me. So this is like my research project ideas I put in here as well because I like the graph paper in particular. So I just have like my research stuff that I did and like my research question, which is in there as well. I know it's in September, but I like to get on Christmas shopping early. So I had like everyone that I needed to shop for and like the item and then the price and all that. And then here I also have a guitar tutorial channel on BookTube or on YouTube, and like these were the requests that I had that I wanted to get through. So again, open means I have to do it, close means I do. I actually ended up getting all these done by the end of the year. I just never went and filled it in and all that. Another weekly spread for my meal plan, and then we have to, like, I'm in orthotics, I'm doing my master's in orthotics and prosthetics, so this was just some of the notes, extra notes that I made on how to make a metatarsal pad. So yeah, and just like the placement and like how it should be shaped and all that. And then this weekly spread was a little interesting because I try to keep track of my water intake, and I don't drink a lot of water. I drink a lot of tea, and I try to incorporate more water into it, and then I just kind of stopped doing that because I was like, that's a little silly. So moving on into October, here another monthly spread, nothing too exciting. And then I have another habit tracker. You can see if you compare it to September, I took out a substantial amount of other stuff. I did Vlogtober, so that's why there's a lot of upload videos. Here, I ended up tearing my ACL this weekend, I tore my ACL on the 27th. October, as you can see how scattered these two in terms of like my sleep and everything, and then like my weight, I just stopped taking it. But yeah, it was not a good end of the month of October. And then I did a September reflections section here, and then my October goals that I wanted to have for the month, and then an October memory, so things that I had fun, and then I can look back this later. Also have another spending log here as well. I was pretty good actually, so not too much there. And then I skipped another page again, so I decided to put some lyrics to a song on here as well. Another weekly spread, all that exciting stuff. Here I took like extra notes for some of the biomechanics of the knee because it's like in terms of like moments and all that stuff, so I just have extra notes in here, and I like to make it colorful because it helps me learn. And then this is some of my research project, literary research, and like more of that, and like my notes while taking it and all that, and some pictures and some inspiration that I had for like a design. And yeah, this is like more of like a design that I was thinking of and all that. So yeah, this is my research project, some stuff. And another weekly spread, very exciting. Another weekly spread, but then I got smart, so I'd highlight where we are in the week on the little calendar. Yeah, another weekly spread. Like I said, like this is mostly consistent, like this mostly consists of weekly spreads for here. Now moving on to November, here I also have a habit tracker. Again, like you can see I went down a lot, and then I made a little error here, but that's okay. So then just like my weight tracker as well. So I have my goals for the month, and then November memories, and then I decided to take it, put a ticket stub for when I saw Fantastic Beasts and all that for the memories there. I think this would be like a neat way to like, because I always keep these and then I have like a collection, so I was like, this way I can actually like put my ticket like somewhere where I can look at it. My spending log, and then I just have like a quote here by Hillary Clinton. So yeah, another weekly spread for my meal plan, and then another one, and then this was like my Thanksgiving break, like things I need to do, like get shop and like stuff I need to bring home and like bring back and all that fun stuff. I did some extra credit, so I did that in here as well for one of my classes, for my biomechanics class, and just had like everything in here. So I don't know, I like the grid paper a lot, so yeah, I just have this stuff in here. And another weekly spread. You can see I didn't do much decorating this month, or that month, like this month and overall. So in December, this is like my final kind of little thing in here. I just have my monthly spread to start out, and then my habit tracker. I did Vlogmas. You can see I uploaded video pretty consistently, and then I did Christmas colors, of course, and then my weight tracker. I forgot to draw the lines for these, but that's okay. And then when I went home, I didn't weigh myself. But I have my little goals here as well, and then my memories and all that stuff. A spending log. I spent $2 and then I didn't know what to put for here. So this was a weekly spread. December 8th was my birthday, so I made it very colorful. And then like my grocery list, nothing. And then of course I do like lyrics or like quotes because it was my 22nd birthday, so I did some of the lyrics from 22 by Taylor Swift, and then I did a 22 things on 22. I also did a video of this on like booktube and all that, so it's like 11 things I learned and 11 things I want to do. So I went with purple because purple is my favorite color. So then this was also around the time when Gilmore Girls A Year in the Life came out. This literally took me like an hour to get this typography. Like it took forever, so I did like a winter, spring, summer, fall, and then I did one for like the poster for each one. So yeah, and then I think this is like actually my last, like one of my last things, yeah, second to last page, last weekly spread, and then this was my Christmas packing list of things I needed to do and buy and all that. So yeah, that put an end to it. I wish I started earlier because I probably would have used up everything, but yeah, I really ended up loving the bullet journal. I'm gonna definitely continue doing it in 2017. So yeah, so stay tuned. I'm gonna have a 2017 like setup and everything for my bullet journal. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Let me know if you want me to do more of these type of videos. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye guys.